Fantastic. Now, as always, and probably also know what's going to happen with me saying, can someone please recap what happened last session, and also do it if you can a brief recap of the beginning of the game up till right now for Oz. Although, if you actually Oz, have you watched the entire YouTube stuff?
Yep, I watched it from the first session all the way to the last.
Oh, then you already damn know. Okay, so I'm not worried about that. But I still need to recap for last session. So, one of you fine gentlemen, please give me a recap of what you remember, what you recall from last session.
We went down into the mines. We ran into the evil Jack of Doom, or the mini evil Jack of Doom, and we smashed it.
Crap out of it.
And the undead. After which that section of the mines collapsed, and we got out with a hilariously lucky roll.
Yes.
And actually, I have stuff written down. Where is it?
I think everyone learned about Corvus's talents that during that event. I recall.
Aye.
Uses
Yeah, but
them.
we-
Oh,
Got out
Nothing.
with some scrap, and we checked a couple of the other. Well, I guess we checked one other path or entrance to the mine, which was blocked up with undead, which we reblocked. Then we headed back. We turned some stuff in, got some money, and then picked up our next large adventure to figure out basically what Crixus is doing so far from where they usually operate, because you don't send that kind of resource into an area that you don't plan to do something in, or at least they don't. And we got our charter. We have what seems to be our next job, and we're kind of not sure where to go from there, and I believe that's where we're picking up.
All right. So, are you guys about sharing the screen, Morty?
Yep, thank you.
Okay. So, you have gotten your charter for the Crimson Guard signed last session, or we'll say yesterday, by the captain of the guard in Baines Market, Captain Garrick Barton. Now, he's also tasked you with your first actual contract, a reward of 1,000 gold Signarian crown, to figure out why the hell the Crixian entities are this far inland from the coast of Crix. I'm going to share a map of Kane. So, Baines Market is right here, and for some damn reason, the Crixians are coming all the way from the southwest. There's a reason they're here this far inland. He has tasked you with finding out why you have been, or why they're here this far inland. Your first contract. Now, besides that, being an actual legitimate mercenary company now in Signar and Baines Market specifically, you have to deal with other situations that are going to occur. That being, there are two ways to get contracts. One is by people actually coming and personally asking you for a contract, which now having a tavern is going to help that cause. But the second way is to get contracts that have been essentially officially posted in Baines Market. But here is a thing, a caveat, is that the contracts go to the most renowned companies first. If they don't want it, they pass it along. Which means you being the bottom of the barrel company right now, you're getting all the hand-me-downs that no one else wanted. So all the lucrative, all the very, very good ones are most likely to be taken up by other companies much larger, more experienced than you. How you get renown, how you get that respect and that influence as a mercenary company is by completing contracts and just getting your name out there in the world, word of mouth essentially. Getting known that the Crimson Guard is a fantastic, brutal, smart, intelligent, whatever type of company you want to be, but they're the ones that people go to get things completed. There's a lot of type of contracts you can come across. Now, some will have times you need to finish, timestamps essentially. Some will kind of be open-ended. Just get it done when you can. You can have more than one contract at a time if you want. You can get another contract right now as you're working with Captain Garrick, but he kind of wants you to get this done as fast as possible because having Crixians here also is a bit bad. But know that angle, you can pursue other contracts if you so wish, or get ones offered to you by individuals that aren't looking to maybe post out to the world their problem. So they might just come to you directly. But with that being said, we are going to start our game in the Crimson Guard Hall. And I'm going to share this image real quick. Gotta push ourselves. Because we have some new improvements to the hall. That being specifically that there is a grouping of people in the hall right now building your tavern for this location. A mix of humans, a couple gobbers, a steamjack that is lumbering around, got giant mechanical levers and pincer claws to move the heavy timbers for the bar or whatnot structured inside the guild hall. We can design this map eventually, but it is here where we'll pick up the game, and I have a very, very easy way of bringing in Oz if he doesn't have one already.
I have a sort of idea.
Well, I'll let you go to it. You're the one. So what do you think, Oz? How do you want to come into the game?
I was wondering just if he would have heard of the group. Oh, well, first and foremost, he probably would have seen, or at least heard of, a group of people walking into town with a bone jack on one of their shoulders, and then did a little digging. Sounds like, oh, it's a new mercenary group. Found out that they, if possible, would have tried to, or would have found out that they were part of a group that was basically massacred. And he's just like, oh, fresh start. Nah, I can work with this. And just be like, no, we're better to start from the bottom. And he'd be at the door knocking on it.
Alright, easy enough. And so let's go and paint the scene. You hear the lumbering, the boiler, and the steam erupting from the steam jack that's inside the building right now. There's a grouping of humans and gobbers all yelling at each other to place things. They're coming to the group of you either to Corvus or Moriarty, or sometimes only go to Shorty since Shorty is doing his own thing possibly. But eventually they're going up to all of you asking you, okay, where do we place the bar? Where do we place the bar stools? Where do we want this? Where do we want this? And it's a mix of just noise and things going on as the tavern for your guild hall is being built. When on the front door is a knock that does come up. Who wants to answer the door?
Shorty will go and answer it.
Yeah, I'm a bit too busy taking care of the bar creation stuff. Oh, thank God I used to be trying to be a ringmaster. And he's like pointing out where things should go.
All right, the door opens.
For large-scale operations.
And Oz, you see standing in front of you a very, very large Ogren. In fact, at this point in time, Shorty, go ahead and describe to him what you look like. Who you are.
Shorty's a big boy in just full plate armor that's, not the fancy sort of like noble kind where everything fits and is perfect, but it's just almost like thick metal plates that have been like gathered and strapped and bolted to parts of his body, which, nonetheless, if they get hit, not very much is getting through them. And he has an underslung gun that might be more appropriate to call a cannon. I would say he doesn't have his shield and axe at the moment. He kind of just opens the door and looks around, and he just kind of doesn't see you, and he mutters something, and he's about to just close the door again.
As when he first hears the door opens, it's like, oh shit, you're big. Like, oh, down here.
Oh, hi.
What you see?
Who are you?
is
Tavern's
a-
not open yet.
You see a gobber. They're roughly about like 3 feet tall, right?
Yeah.
So around 3 foot, maybe 3'2", if he feels like embellishing a little bit. But he's decked out in some leather gear, got these thick, like wide ended gloves. He has a tool pouch on one hip and a sort of backpack that has other tools that don't seem really fit for a gobber. They're like a little bit too big. And one really big wrench that's kind of strapped like a sort of like staff on his back because it is also 3 feet long. But he has goggles on his head, pulls them up as he looks up at the utterly massive and armored Ogren. Just like, God damn you! But no, Tavern. What? No. I'm here for I heard you guys are starting up a business, or mercenary company, specifically, and I'd like to offer my service.
Your service?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, I'm good with machines. I got a little bit of that magic touch. That
Oh, you
somebody
do magic
appreciate.
too?
Yeah, got some cool ass magic.
Oh,
You want to see? I got something that you're already armored yourself, but I might be able to come up with something that helps you a little bit more.
yeah. Do magic.
Fantastic. And Ozzy will try to use protection with the modifier of toughness. So I believe that's still just a base mechano roll, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so mechana.
That's success. Now, do you cast this on yourself or do you cast it on Shorty?
I cast it on Shorty.
All right, so you tell me real quick,
by the way.
what does it look like? When this protection field kind of comes up? What gadget are you using that actually does this, and what does it look like on him?
It's sort of like it's a little gun. Like if anyone's seen Men in Black,
Noisy cricket.
Aye.
Yeah, it's
it's the cricket. It pretty much just looks like that, and it shoots like a little needle. And you go like, he just kind of aims for like wherever he could see any flesh, and he hits like Shorty right in the skin. And it's a sudden rush of like, what's the word? Of just like
Soap
feeling.
bubbles?
Oh,
No,
it's
but
soap bubbles.
It's a sudden rush of like durability. Like you just feel like a little bit bulkier.
Oh, yeah. I feel really strong now.
Got a few other things I can do, but that's
Hey,
just take.
hey, guys. Hey, Cal. We got a new guy. He does magic too.
oh, we have a potential recruit. By all means, Shorty, we'll lead him in.
Marty was saying that this tavern thing wouldn't work, but look, we already got new people, and it's not even done yet.
Well, I don't know anything about tavern, but I heard you guys from the fact that you carried in a
Oh, shh.
deadly weapon.
Here. Come inside. And he's just gonna literally pick you up and pull you inside the threshold and drop you.
Yeah, he's probably like 50 pounds at most. That's with everything on him. Well.
He's gonna close the door.
Like this.
Hey, everybody, this is, what's your name?
Oh yes, how rude of me not to introduce myself. And are you still holding him, or is he on the floor now?
No, like he's picked you up, brought you inside, and then set you down on the floor to close the
Okay.
door.
He's going to my name. I can actually look at this. Oslam Daga Uladar, but most just call me Ozzy or Oz, whichever you prefer. And then he'll do a little bow, and as he bows, a wrench pops out of his backpack and it hits him in the back of the head.
Ozla Guga Bulagar.
Just say Oz.
Oz. Okay, that's easier.
Yeah.
Cal will look up from where he's basically carving some runes in the bullets, and so how can we help you, Mr. Oslam Dagladar?
I'm here to, as I told your big friend here, as he jabbed a thumb towards Shorty, to offer my services. I heard that this was a place that was a few short-staffed at the moment. And I heard about you. You guys brought in that, what some might call a deadly machine of war. A bone jack. And figured, hey, these people are messing with things like that. These are people I want to get involved with. Because that's some interesting tech that you are running into. Just plain out the gate from what I've heard.
Well, I suppose we'll have to get together on the party then and talk about this, but I certainly wouldn't be... Would certainly be amenable to have more people here. Morty, are you there? Would you mind go and grabbing Corvus? I think he's in a bar somewhere.
He's here directing the construction of the tavern.
Yes, that's what it says it's doing, but I doubt that's what it's actually doing.
He actually is doing that. It's the one.
Carl doesn't believe you.
He's gonna look to you.
You little faith.
You have such little faith, bloody hell. I'll be blunt with you. I'm used to this kind of stuff because I lived in a circus for almost all my life. Well, with the occasional exception to the rule. But and simple, I was training under the ringmaster. You think I can't organize people? Bloody hell. You need. You hear me? Did I cut out?
Yeah.
No, I heard you.
We knew you. Yeah, we heard you. I think you were talking, so you didn't want to interrupt you. Oh, my apologies. Then I assumed you were just drinking the alcohol. I'm sorry then. So is that everyone then? Is Morty? Morty, are you there? We're gathering up here. We have a potential recruit.
I'm here.
Alright, just gonna leave the office or whatever and then come out. It's like, yeah? What's up? Oh, new guy.
Ah, new guy.
Yes,
I brought him in.
New guy.
He's got a
Yes,
red-
this is Oslam Dagladar. I believe he was interested in joining us. And I suppose the rest of us should probably also describe how we look. Cal is an elf, about 6'2", 6'3", difficult to tell. Quite lanky, usual build for his kind. Really pale, black hair. Currently relatively fine dressed, just carving up some bullets that he places in a pouch. And bit difficult to tell his age, but he looks to be in his 20s. And if you're more familiar with the race, you would estimate he would be around 40 to 50.
I'm guessing, as you've said before, the elves are pretty rare, right?
Very, very rare, yes.
Can't say I've seen one like you before, but you got pointy ears, I got pointy ears, basically brothers.
I've bonded with people of less, sure. So come, brother, join us at the table.
I'll hop on one of the chairs.
Well,
So,
you have any identification papers or something? We have to register you as part of our new party member.
Guess I would
Is that-
have what I need. I don't know.
Is that a thing? I'm not familiar with Signarin customs. So do you unusually have to have identification papers?
I want to say I'm not sure, but no. I don't think it's something that would be common. Obviously, like, you would have a list. You would probably have your identification on the charter, but you wouldn't have, like, an ID, I would say.
Right. So how about this? Are you a licensed mechanic?
I've done work before, as far as licenses actually go. I don't have my own shop or anything like that.
Well, for the future, if anyone
not gonna
asks, the answer, if anyone asks, the answer is yes. And if they ask you to see the identification, you tell them to fuck off.
I mean, I've done work before. I just don't have my own shop, is what a license is 10 to what you'd be getting that for. Like, I'm not gonna get thrown in the brig. Well, not brig, but like jail, you know, whatever. I'm not gonna be thrown into jail if I'm fixing a fucking tricycle on the side of the street.
How about you show us what you got?
I
And
mean,
out
I've
of
already done it
character-
to your friend over there.
Wait.
Yeah, he does magic.
Wait.
Oh, really? Yeah, Shorty, what did he do?
He,
Stab him in the neck.
he did a little magic, and I felt bubbly and powerful.
Huh. Magical, or do you deal in drugs? But either way, that would be useful either way, I'm just wondering.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. It's more of substances that are imbued with magical energy to give it that little kick.
I believe Constance is still here, yeah. She is just, taking more of a, a backline role, doing research and that kind of stuff, building shit.
Yeah, the character's still here.
Is this thing actually like in here stomping around?
Yes, he is actually currently building the bar for the tavern.
Ozzy will kind of just like hearing this thing stomping around and seeing it. It's like, oh shit! You guys actually have one of those, or is this just here for the building?
No, this one, it's hard for helping us construct something. We're looking into getting one, but we're a bit off on that. We have a mechanic actually working with her, Jack, so for some funding, might have able to get one. Suppose we could call her over, see if she has another mechanic. If you were to be joining, you would be working closely together in the future.
No, fantastic.
After a couple of minutes, the stomping of the jack, you hear Constance come in from the front door. So that's what's making all that noise. This jacket's... What are we building in here?
We're building a tavern. We need some way of getting funding when we're not doing missions, so...
Oh, well, I could use the drink. Oh, and... I cannot do a girl voice, no. And, yeah, is that another mechanic I see? She stares you up and down, Oz, and she notices the giant wrench on the back of you.
He basically has it like it's basically like if you see anyone who wields a bow staff on their back, it's kind of that, but just a big fucking wrench. That's as nearly as tall as he is. Aye. Indeed I am. Can't say how I compare to what someone who's already been here and established themselves, but he kind of like grabs like the little like open part of his leather getup and just kind of pulls it a little bit, and that kind of like presenting himself. It's like, but I like to think I'm pretty damn good at what I do.
Oh, well, seeing as I'm the only actual mechanic here besides you now, having another one to help me out would definitely be helpful. What do you think of this? As she unrolls a bunch of paperwork and essentially shows you the schematics of a Warjack Cortex, a Crixian, not
Shit.
Crixian, a Signarin one. What do you make of this as she shows it to you? Kind of shows the paperwork in front of your face.
Yeah, are you making one of these? Like, these things are expensive as hell.
Oh, no,
Here
not
we
making
go.
this. Trying to, well, it's a long story.
Oh. And some of the best stories tend to be, but yeah, I can help you with this if you need it. Like, I understand the general techno babble here, but like I said, we're gonna actually need the parts to make it if we're doing anything with it.
She looks over at all of you. What's the hold up? Haven't signed a charter. I can use another helping hand in here. And then she walks away.
Yeah, he
Yes.
does magic and stuff.
So can I, Shorty.
Well,
Well, everybody does
No,
magic
but I
except
don't
me,
like
the
going
last
around
level.
showing it.
so you said you want to be joining, and we could certainly use your skills. I suppose the only question is, in what capacity will you be working with Constance in a backline role, or will you be joining us out in the field?
I'd rather be on the field. From what you've already displayed, from what I've heard, again, not you walking in town with a bone jack of all things. I can only imagine what other technology ones like you might run into, and that just tickles me pink that I might be able to find something interesting.
Moriarty, you might have a point. We should maybe look into getting this tunnel, for the next time we bring something incriminating into town. But,
I mean,
yeah, I suppose
I don't think no one else does.
Of course not. But, it's also
Don't worry,
safe.
I'm working on it. I'm gonna wave my map over at you guys and say, I've got the tunnels planned. You guys keep talking. And I'm gonna head back. Yeah, keep
Well,
talking.
yes. I suppose there's no real reason to make anything official here. There's just the five of us currently, so no reason to have any weird rituals or facing or anything like that. But we do have a job, and I suppose we should be getting to it. So if you don't mind, I suppose we could all just head out.
You already got a job that's taking you out?
Why, yes. The device this was come in with was certainly brought here by someone, and the town guard is very interested in finding out what they're doing here and how we can get them to leave.
Well, we're not gonna have the drinking contest and the fist fight.
Perhaps we should wait until the construction is done before we do that.
Shorty a drinking contest.
Oh, I suppose we could do that. I believe our tavern right here isn't done yet. I suppose we could also go to another tavern. And
Oh,
do a drinking
no,
contest.
no, that's good. When
Did
it's
someone
done.
do something about that thing? Doesn't look like it has a good grasp on the wood.
What?
The bone jack, help him out.
Oh shit! Yeah, fuck. Shorty, do you mind? We need to try to stop that. I'll dash over, and I suppose if someone else tries to lift it up so it doesn't go crashing down on the floor.
In the midst of the conversation, the giant piece of wood that the jack is lifting for the bar starts to fall from the grasp of the jack. In fact, the servo on the jack starts to sputter, and then oil kind of starts spraying everywhere as it's suddenly starting to fall. And how heavy this thing is, if it hits the ground, probably going to make some damage. What do y'all do?
I'll reach over and try to help stabilize it. I can't do anything mechanically, so I'll try to lift.
Yeah, Shorty's just gonna try to take the load off of it by helping to lift the beam that it's holding.
All right, so let's do this. Go in order. Make this easy so we don't all overtalk each other. Shorty's going to run over to the beam to help stop this thing from falling over. Corvus, what are you doing?
Corvus, are you there? You're muted if you are here.
Corvus is drinking. All right, Cal, what are you doing?
I'm lifting the wood. Trying to
so you're helping with Shorty to lift this wood. Oz, what are you doing as you see this unfold inside the guild hall?
Well, first he sees the wood toppling. He's about, I'm about to get the fuck out of here. But as he turns, you probably see the servo going haywire. He'll try to scamp up the jack itself and see if he could repair what's going on before it fully loses grip.
And then Morty, what about you?
Oh, I'm already inside. I have no idea if this is about to happen.
Oh, you just hear a bunch of commotion happening. Corvus, you back? Not yet.
Doesn't seem like it.
All right, so Shorty, I want you and Cal to both give me athletics rolls, please.
Ooh.
This is where I shall mandatorily that. Oh, lovely. He slips on some oil.
14?
So he comes over, slips on some oil. Real quick, Oz, can you give me real quick? Sorry, I was doing some stuff that's happening behind the screen. Oz, what do you want to do again?
I'll try and repair like the issue that's going on. He'll try to like scamper up the side of the jack and fix what's going on with his arm.
Okay, so the jack is sputtering as you literally grab onto its arm that is having a mechanical issue right now. You pull out some of your tools you might have, and you start getting to work with that. Before I get to you, let's see what happens. Shorty, you're trying to grab this thing, and because of the oil that got pushed out from the damaged jack, you start to slip on the ground, letting all of the actual weight unfold onto Cal. And Cal, even though you got a significant raise, this won't fall, but this thing is heavy as all hell. So at this point in time, you do take a level of fatigue. But you do keep it from falling and crashing to the ground. As you watch as Oz, the potential new recruit, gets to work. Oz, go ahead and give me a repair roll, please. Right? Again, all you need is number 4. You succeed. So you put everything back in order as the jack quickly goes forward with the other gobber that's been leading the jack, called a Jack Marshall. He starts whistling in a pattern, kind of like a Morse code pattern, and you watch as the jack immediately goes and grabs the wood and takes the weight off of what Cal's been holding. The gobber goes, "Oh, sorry, damn thing's been acting up all week. Well, thank you for fixing that." As he looks at you, Oz.
Yeah, you might want to give this thing. How old is this thing? You might want to give it a good once over, maybe every few days.
Trust me, we've been fixing this thing, this little Tim boy right here, for the last year and a half, and just giant headache. We'll get back to work. Sorry about that.
Well, there's one thing I want to ask you, friend.
Yeah.
If this thing's causing you so much problem, you got more under your employ, or is it just this one?
We got a couple more we use. We got 3 of the beasties right here. This one's our best buddy, even though he tends to fall apart every now and then.
So if he's your friend, I'm guessing you probably ain't too keen to hand him off.
Well, we are looking to actually hand one off, but I think what was asking price-wise was 2,500 crowns.
Bit too rich for my blood.
Hey, these things are a pain in the ass upkeep, I'll say.
Oh, yeah, I know full well the importance of these things. I was just seeing that if he was gonna, and he gives the jack a good pat on the arm, and then checks it over real quick to make sure he didn't break what he just fixed, and then hops down. Just seeing if I don't know if you wanted to get rid of one that's already a bit run down for a little bit less.
Well, I could talk to the boss over at our workshop. Would you come by a little bit later today? I might see if we can find a deal for another gobber friend of ours.
Fantastic! I'll be sure to come over.
All right.
What's your name, friend?
My name?
I make the DM have to come up with a goblin name.
You asshole.
Ozymandias?
No, my name is Nunwaltuk Torviakak.
I'm sorry?
You call me Nun. They call me Nun for short.
Fantastic. They call me I.
Or Nunwall.
Nunwall it is.
Nutwall. Okay.
Yeah. I cannot say that really fast out of turn.
I'll be sure to come over.
All right.
Make sure he gets back to wherever he's going in one piece.
I'm not writing that down in my notes. Okay. Wait.
En valutaviarak. Okay.
Wait. How do you spell it again? Because the stream is not exactly high def.
I'll put in Discord chat.
Okay, thank you. Oh my god. Okay.
Nun Wallet Tot Viarak.
Fantastic.
Goofy ass Garber names.
Well, you get back to work, my friend.
All right, thank you. All right. Come on, boys, we gotta finish this damn bar here, and they get back to work. Avoiding the disaster with the Laberjack inside this place.
Ozzy just takes a seat, kind of kicks up his feet a little bit. It's like, well, if that doesn't show what I can do, I don't know what else to tell you folk.
Well, I obviously can't talk for anyone, but for me at least, hi, you're in. My name is Cal Diorian. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well, Cal.
So the one over there with the bottle in his mouth, that's Corvus Candor. The one that pissed off to go work in his planet of tunnel, that's Morty the Moriarty. And that's Shorty over there. Pointing at, Shorty.
Well, it's good to meet y'all. And you mentioned that we have a job already, so what are we going to be doing about that?
Well, I do believe we have a couple of different ideas. For me, at least, I'll be heading out to track down the tracks of the Warjack left. See if we can follow it back to their base.
So, the clues. There's 2 clues that were brought up, done with this quick scene right now. And one was brought up by Morty when he went to talk to Phyllis, which is to go ahead and find out anything about the graveyards around Baines Market, as the quick scene being undead, they might be having to get new recruits themselves from, well, the dead in these graveyards. That's one way to do a potential clue, as well as go back and follow the tracks that the Bonejack has left that followed you, or followed into the tunnel with Little Ironside's apprentice that was dead.
I really like the fact that you can just take whatever's typed and just drop it in your...
Yeah, that is useful.
Drop
We do have a pretty good tracker, I thought, or think. That might be an option. Have there been like any battles nearby where mass graves might have been dug that might be easier to access for ye old local necromancer than like a proper graveyard, which presumably has like a wall and at least one person inside of it?
Great thing you asked. Give me a common knowledge roll.
Ah, lovely.
Need help with
I'm
that?
great at these.
He's the one that's asking. So he's the one that's rolling.
The D6 got put in there. I'm just gonna roll it again.
I think that's a 4. Oh, it's rolling a bunch of...
Who's the first roll?
Oh, I guess it was the first one. Yeah.
I'm gonna put successes anyways. All right, so Shorty, you do recall that not really recent, but there has been battles that occurred with the forces of Kador in times past that did come over the river, and seeing how Baines Market and Port Burn were the closest Signarian cities, they were actually attacked at one point in time. And so, even though most of the bodies most likely have been dug up, there still could be bodies out in the fields where eventually the Signarian army came in and pushed back the Kadoran forces, and that's actually at Stonebridge. Although not that close, the forces did get to Baines Market, and so there could be some leftover bodies that maybe just got left behind, maybe hidden or buried enough to where they weren't really properly disposed of.
Hey, Hey, you know how I think it was Morty who was gonna go to like look for bodies because Crixians use them, right? To like do their ookie spooky stuff.
Yeah, and that's what they do. That's what I heard, at least.
Well, I mean there was bodies, right? There was fighting outside the city and over by Stonebridge when the other guys came in, and then we beat them. But I don't know. Maybe if you're looking for bodies, there's lots of bodies there because there was fighting and everybody died.
Yeah, that's certainly something we should check out, yeah. So I suppose what's the question, do we want to split up or do we want to go about them one by one?
I mean, if you're dealing with these things and if they're far apart, I don't know if splitting up a bunch of people is that great a deal.
Yeah, you need me.
Yeah, or to go unseen, but honestly I don't fancy my chances at being unseen. I could use magic to make up for some of my lack of talent, but only some.
Me too.
Means, perhaps if we are split up, perhaps we should be the one that sneak in then. But perhaps it is best to avoid it entirely.
I mean, out of character, checking tracks might be something that is left to maybe a contact. Like if we have Corvus's tracker person, we can just hire her to, go check that out while we go check out the other thing.
Well, yeah, I suppose we could. The problem is if she get, shot and killed, she can't, tell us where the location of the place is, of the base is.
Sure, but if we send a stealthy person out and they get shot and killed, then we kind of have the same problem.
Yeah, we're
I don't
out
know,
of a
like,
player character as opposed to an NPC.
Yeah, want.
She's not really the sort to deal with that kind of stuff.
well, if she's
Not a wild card.
oh yeah, but like
If I do get spotted, I am at least fast on my feet. It wouldn't be the first time I've out around people looking to kill me.
yeah, but like I don't.
I mean, granted,
I don't
usually it tends to be angry Huttons, but still.
I don't think she's gonna be looking for combat. So it's basically, tell her, like, hey, follow these tracks. If you see anything or anyone shoots you, get out. Like we're not expecting her to fight. We just need her to find stuff.
Well, I mean, she is tracking down the place of a hidden war camp by an elimination. So getting shot at it would be something to expect from that.
Are you talking about Are you talking about the bloody Chris camps? I told you before. We gotta just check the graveyards. Anywhere they bury the dead.
Well, the thing is, the question is, they might probably resurrect the corpses, but they might not have. But we do know for a fact that if we can follow the tracks of their warjack to their base, or at least where they kept the warjack.
What's stopping us from doing both? It's not exactly like this graveyard's fucking 20 miles out of town. Just stop by there and then just go back to wherever these hell fucking tracks are.
But the battlefield would be.
Oh wait, Paul?
Yeah.
Any news in the papers that say something bizarre? For example, walking corpses.
Walking corpses?
Yes, in the papers. We read those kind of. There are papers in this part of town, right? In that.
Well, do you want to try to gather some information there, Morty?
Yes.
All right. So in the midst of the discussion, Morty does leave to gather some clues around. So Morty, as you leave, go ahead and give me. Let's see. I want to roll done from you. Give me a persuasion roll.
Okay. Wow, this is gonna. Oh my god. Okay. That's a 4. Dice 4. Let's see. Success. Trait dice d4 3 equals to 3. Wild dice d6 4 equals to 4. Yeah, it's a success.
Okay. So you go out. It does take some time though, so we'll get back to you.
Okay.
But all of you do know that Morty probably mentions that he's going out to see if any information, any peculiar things might be happening around Baines Market.
I mean, I know I'm new here, But just in terms of what seems to make sense is that we could just look around a graveyard for a couple minutes and then go track down these tracks right after.
Well, let's
right?
speak about the layout of Baines Market. So we do know that Lito's workplace was several hours away, about 3 hours away, I believe. And the graveyards would be essentially around or right next to Baines Market. So you could theoretically go to the graveyards and then on the way head towards the mines where the Jack was.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
I mean, do we wait for your friend to get back, or is he just going to assume that that's where we went?
If we might as well wait a bit for an I've probably like if there were walking corpses around, it wouldn't take too long to find it if there were. So we'll just wait and see if it pops back.
Hey,
Otherwise, grab our gear and make everything ready for when we move out. And sorry, Corvus, was I interrupting? I apologize.
I was going to ask, can you play an adventure card in advance as insurance?
I don't know. Do you have a card you want to potentially play in advance?
I'd have to assume that depends on what the
Well,
card is.
it's only if they really want Islane to actually track it, and Corvus wouldn't put his friends in danger like that without them like knowing exactly the details.
I think the current plan is we check the graveyard and then, like on the way back, we swoop by the mine and we do it ourselves.
But I was gonna play something like this card. Is it alright if I place it just to show
Here, let me
you
look.
what it is and what it
Can I
does?
look at it?
Look at it, yeah.
All right, let me look at it.
My character sheet. Just play that in advance to make sure they get out alive if something does happen.
This one you can play in advance. You just play it when it happens. You play it when you know people are down.
Okay. Well, it's kind of useless then. Okay, he's not going to put Islane's life in danger then. He's made friends. He doesn't like losing friends.
Yeah, but you have to be there.
Actually,
You can play
drinking
this
buddy.
if you weren't even around. All right. So, what is the plan of action? It looks like we're gonna go to potentially the graveyards first. Deal with that. Do we want to use the contact that was brought up before, the Isley Hartcliffe?
Who are they?
I don't.
She's a
That's
tracker.
Hey.
tracker.
Oh, that's the tracker we had
Oh,
before
well,
we were led to.
Apparently, Corvus is refusing, so I guess not.
A D6 in survival, so I'm relatively decent at tracking.
Well, are we doing tracks at all, or are we just going to battle sites and graveyards?
Well, we could do both. Because it seems that the way that it is that on the way out of town to head towards the mine, we'll be passing the graveyard anyway.
Okay.
Yes, we start with the graveyard, and then after that, if we don't find anything there, which we might not, since we haven't heard any rumors in town about living dead, then we swoop by the mine and track it down.
All right.
While we wait for Morty to get back, Ozzy's just gonna pipe up like, y'all are talking about tracking. Is anyone here actually any, good at it?
I know my way around the tracks. Yes.
I'm pretty quick on the pickup. You mind, I'll probably wait here anyway. Giving me a few, pointers on what you do? As I am going to attempt to use my jack of all trades edge to
Learn noted.
yeah, I have to make a smarts roll and then I can learn a skill up to a D4 at base if I succeed, or a D6 with a raise.
Okay, I will give you a rundown on tracking.
All right.
Okay.
Give me a smarts roll there, Oz.
Smarts, I am smart, so give me the good old smarts.
If you get a raise, which you have not, so you would get a actual survival skill as a D4. If you want to use the ability to re-roll, if you get a 8 on your roll, you actually will have survival at a D6.
I think it's fine.
Okay, you can. I mean, both of you and Cal can actually together try to track this thing, so that's fine.
I mean, it says that I can do it in another hour if need be. It just takes an hour of actually like continuing study. So if he's gone for more than an hour, I could just do it again regardless. At least that's how it says on the
Yeah.
thing.
I do see that.
Depends on how long it takes until what's called Moriarty comes back.
So after about, we'll say, 30 minutes, as Marty has been out, you're gonna hear a knock on the door to the room or to the building.
Shorty's gonna go open it again.
When you open the door, Shorty, you're greeted by a individual. Oh, hello there, tall guy. So is this the fabled home of the Crimson Guard?
We're tavern's not open yet.
Oh, no, big guy. I don't care about the tavern. I care about the Crimson Guard.
I think that's us. Cal, is that us?
Cal's in the back room, and yes, that's us.
Real quick.
Okay, yeah, that's us.
Real quick, Shorty, give me a notice roll.
Oh, he's great at those too.
It's up to you if you want to use a Benny or not. But you did fail the roll.
Sure, why not? Where do I put that again?
Then re-roll your
Yeah, it doesn't
notice.
reroll it.
Come on, you can do it.
That's a success.
Okay. Nice.
Just in time.
Under his breath, Shorty, he says that.
Okay. So he's not gonna say or do anything,
Okay.
but he's gonna say, "Oh, you found us."
Oh, yes, I did. Just trying to take a peek around. So who's the other merry band of potential mercenaries inside this place? We got you, big guy, right here. What's the big talk of these other individuals? Hey, how are all of you?
Shorty's gonna like step aside and kind of motion for him to come inside.
So you're gonna see a man in about dark blue leather armor. He has two swords that are on his hip on either side, but you notice that they are not quite normal. They have a bit of a largeness to them. They're Mechanica swords. They have the rune plates that allow them to have effects, that have powers, magic infused into them. He has a scar over his left eye, and his hair is a very, very short cut. And just by looking at this man, you can tell he is experienced with the forms of personal combat. On his chest, he also has, in a bandolier, a pistol. Although not mechanic in nature, it's a normal pistol, but this is a man that does openly brandish and has weapons. Most likely another individual that is within the forms of combat.
So is he stepping inside?
Just into the doorway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hello?
What business do you have here?
Oh, I'm just trying to see the new neighbors in town. I heard this Crimson Guard was just established by that the fool of a captain. I'm just curious to see what kind of people he put in charge with the charter.
If he's openly carrying those two Magitech swords.
It's not in his hand. It's on his side. They're stowed away.
Yeah, but are they like? Is it obvious that they're the Magitech swords, or is it just like does it just look like swords at his side?
Give me a notice roll.
Notice roll. Oh.
They are indeed Mechanica.
Well, then Ozzy would kind of like hurry to his feet and like to the guy's side and just be kind of like eyeing him up. Is like, oh shit, this is high grade shit, ain't it?
They've been well used.
All right, I can see that. There's a lot of little nips and chips, but nothing to really hinder any kind of performance. But
Well, just keep
These-
your
these-
grubby little hands away.
I ain't touching shit.
Yeah, you won't be able to. So, which one of you is the leader of this little troop?
Oh fuck, who wants the responsibility?
Oh, you know what? Fuck it.
None of you are. Oh, this is
Shorty!
just
Oh,
fantastic.
Hey, Shorty.
You're a bunch of
Well,
dumbasses, aren't you?
I mean, from what I've gathered,
No,
it
the
seems like
guy-
these guys more have... Sorry.
Shorty's gonna close the door behind this person.
You know, good sir, I suppose it is your opinion and you are entitled to it, but if you're just going to be rude, I would kindly ask you to get the fuck out of our home. Now. Please.
Get out of your home. Well, big guy right here just closed the door on me. If I wasn't to say anything, you might be trying to ambush me now, aren't you? Oh, I would love to see you try, big man. No, but I'm not
Ambush,
here to
you know-
cause. I'm not here to cause any problem. I just wanted to see the competition. You
They did a
see,
piss poor job of that.
my name is Sebastian Broadmax, and I come from the hand of Versalax. It's another small company. I'll type it out.
Name. Okay.
We call
I mean, that sounds
ourselves the hand, but I'm just want to see the competition since you folk decided to start your own charter.
So, yeah, would you recognize like his name, the name of his group, by reputation?
Everyone, give me a common knowledge roll.
Common knowledge.
Corvus has. Oz has not.
Common. D6.
I'm just not gonna roll.
That's fine. Essentially, all I want you to do, Murray, is tell me the total number you got.
Oh, I got a raise. Woo.
That's all I need.
But it's not even here.
Oh, he's not here.
Okay,
No, no,
yeah,
Morty,
that's
you
true,
can't
I'm
roll.
not-
You can't roll. All right, only Corvus. All right, let's go ahead and say some things to Corvus.
I mean, Corvus is the man with all the contacts, so it makes sense.
All right, Corvus, send you a message. It's up to you if you want to say this out loud or not. But this is what you'll know about them so far, without a raise. And it's very, not Barry. Very brutal.
Oh god, they beat up strawberries.
Damn brutal berries.
But I mean, no aggression. Obviously, the better contracts are going to go to the one that has the best reputation. And honestly, I'm not quite worried, so. I want to see
mean-
if you boys don't feel up to the challenge. There might be an opening inside the hand if you're not up to the task of being your own little company here.
Oh boy,
I
no
know
wonder they
about
call
the
you a man,
hand.
because you sure do jerk yourself off quite a bit.
I know about the hand. Corvus
Oh.
kind of takes his hat off. Yeah, I left them for a reason. Bloody ridiculous. Blood junkies. puts his hat back on.
Wait, you left us for a reason?
Yeah.
I don't recognize your
It's too
face.
brutal.
So it just must have been too insignificant within the hand. No loss then. But
Well, look,
that's all I
look
wanted
at the
to
panel.
really say.
Enough. If you're such a fan of the hand, go back and marry it. Or,
You're just here to intimidate people. Just bugger off, mate.
No,
Not
no, I'm
even
not
trying
here
stuff,
to
but-
intimidate. Not at all, not at all. I just wanted to see what the new kids on the block were up to. That's all, that's all. And yes, I do struck my own ego quite well. I have a reputation that I know myself of, and it is well earned. You might see one day.
I was just gonna mutter under his probably struck her more than just your ego.
Alright, well, I'll let you on to your little adventure. Have a good day. He goes to open the door next to you, Shorty. Do you let him pass?
Shorty's standing in front of him. He's gonna look at Cal.
yes, just open it, please, if you would.
Or he's gonna stand aside, let him leave.
He opens the door, he looks at all of you. Have a pleasant day, ta-ta, and he just walks away.
Shorty shuts the door in his face.
He's just smiling. Ah, nice. And with that, you have met your first rival.
Man, what a jackass!
Yeah,
don't
wait,
know
so,
about
wait,
it.
wait. So you
There's
said
a
it would
reason
well,
why I
jump.
left those bloody bastards. And again, I was moving around for a while before I finally decided to settle on this place. Alright then. I'll be blunt. Yeah, they're a newly established one. They've only been around for about a few months. They're quite brutal, which is why I left them. They're clever, which is something I can respect. Is one of the reasons why I liked being in them. But the brutal part just didn't suit me. Not someone to kill to kill the prisoners. That's something they did, and I just couldn't. I couldn't be part of that.
Alright, Cal, what do you want to say?
I was just going to ask like what's new about them, but he already explained it.
Oh,
so
okay.
it asked.
No, they'll just so you know, they got about 25 odd members. But if we get a jack, we can probably get the fuck out of them. That'd be a good one.
So, one thing you will know is, Corvus, when you were part of the hand, they did not have a jack at the time.
That may have changed. They don't have a jack. They didn't have a jack by the time I left, but that may have changed. Let's just say that before I decided to join up with you guys, I was wondering about trying to find a mercenary company. 'Cause I needed coin, and the other company I was asked to join, let's just say, they're a bit more prominent, but they had a very specific gimmick, and the only reason why I was allowed to, why they wanted me in, was because the leader was a bit sweet on me. She was, but that's another story for another day. So yeah, I
She put sweets on you?
Sounds sticky.
More like, how do I explain it? More like she was a very, very nice person who had more than just a passing interest in me.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Still waiting for that other guy to show up, aren't we?
Yeah, I suppose we should get back to going through the intricacies of tracking while we wait.
And after about 20 minutes is when Morty will come back. Now, Morty, your little venture out into the Baines Market populace to kind of find anything that might be going on right now. Only a few things were of real interest. That being, there has still been influx of refugees coming in from Lael. More so that there's actually been attacks against the Lilies people that are going down the Black River. You overheard this as they do believe that a couple of people that have attacked them were actually Kadoran soldiers, or even Kadoran mercenaries. They did go to Corvus, which is the northernmost city in Signar, but a few of the barges actually did go down from Corvus towards Baines Market, where they were hit by a group of people. But beyond that, no actual talk of undead. Only that there's been a couple of people mentioning that they saw some large ape-like guy carrying around they believe, a Crixian bonejack.
Does the description match our party?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna head back. And do I notice the mood shift?
The mood?
Like, they're slightly agitated?
Oh, I would say most definitely. I mean, did any of you get agitated by this guy?
I mean, I would say that Ozzy is more like not amused, but like what's the word? It's more like I've already figured this is gonna happen, so it's not worth worrying about.
Speechless?
So
No,
you tell
it's
Shorty,
speechless.
sorry, you tell Morty if you were in any way agitated, pissed off, angry, or any type of unnormal mood when he shows back up.
I suppose Cal would be really pissed at the guy, but I'm not sure if it would actually show it all that much.
Oh, what happened?
There was a guy who called himself the Hand, and he was mean.
Since our little group now has a rifle.
What's his name?
Sebastian, stupid ass name.
Huh.
Oh, I thought he called himself the Hand.
No, that's who he worked for.
Have I heard about it?
Well, why do you call yourself the Hand? That's like saying, "Oh yeah, I'm the Foot. Fear me. I'm the Booger."
I mean, look at you, Shorty. You got some big ass feet. You can stomp quite a bit of feet.
Yeah, but you don't call yourself other things. That's bad. It doesn't make sense. It's like saying I'm the gun, but I already have a gun. So are you talking about me or my gun?
Or he's talking about, you know, your guns, like flex.
What if, like,
But those are muscles.
Well, in any case, shall we move out to this graveyard then? I mean, the clock is ticking, and
Okay.
well, we could
Well,
have a drink now. We could also
think
do
we
it
don't-
after we've done our work.
I don't think we have to do the graveyard anymore.
What?
Yeah, I went a little digging, and turns out the graveyards are fine. No sightings of corpses moving around or something. None of that.
I mean-
But
just because the customs themselves ain't moving doesn't mean people aren't moving them.
what?
I mean, if it is on the way, we can also just stop by and check. Like, if we get delayed by 20 or 30 minutes, then who cares?
Okay, so out of character, Paul, does what I found dismiss the doubts we had about the graveyard?
You just didn't hear anything about corpses walking around. Doesn't mean there's anything else going on there.
As Ozzy said, just because the corpses themselves aren't moving doesn't mean someone isn't moving them.
Right, but since there's nothing weird spotted at the graveyard, and there's more talk about the band as well as the refugees, those would be more worth, the attention.
I'll put it this way: it's just information. Take it as you will.
Yeah, just because
Yeah,
it's
I
another
think we
thing
were.
doesn't mean
It doesn't
you
really
don't-
like. Oh. Yeah, and also it doesn't really cost
Information
to stop by and check.
information isn't always connected inadvertently. That's the best way to describe it. Sometimes
Yeah, just
you're following loose leads that have no end.
Yeah, just
I
because
actually
you
got
found
a
out.
solid lead in the form of information.
Well then. Okay, so back in character. All right, sure. Let's
Alright, real
go.
quick. Oz, what were you about to say?
I was just saying that just because you got like a certain information while looking for this doesn't mean the information you found is connected to what you were looking for. You just found information.
No, I was looking for information about that. So if I didn't find anything, that means there's probably nothing there.
Also, I sent you a message, Morty.
Sure.
That's from your own role gathered out.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah,
People overheard.
yeah, that's all I was saying.
Still
about
doesn't
that.
hurt to bloody check because you're trying to undermine the information given to be someone who has a little bit more knowledge on the subject. Also, it's a rather logical conclusion. They are literally corpse thieves.
Either way, we should probably be
Yeah.
heading out.
Yep, days isn't getting any younger.
All right, and check out the graveyard.
All right. So, as all of you head out from the Crimson Guard, the hall, you go towards the exits, the large walls that surround Baines Market, because the graveyards, they don't keep within the walls. They keep them on the outskirts of the city itself. And there are a couple around Baines Market. You go to one, probably what's the closest, or the most logical, I would say. And as you are going there, you leave the walls of the city, and you can see it behind you as you're kind of following a less trodden path around the walls itself. When I get a phone call, and I'll be right back.
Oh, while he's doing that, I'm going to use the bathroom. So if he shows up before I do, just tell him to wait a minute. He's in, thank you.
Bloody hell. Is it weird that I know so many people even though I'm a drunkard?
Yeah, you meet Triplet when you go get drunk with them.
Well, yeah, this is right. All the same,
Okay.
though.
That's what the spirit roll.
Yeah, I was going to ask what
This
was
is
that
a
roll.
shits and giggles. That was just rolling for shits and giggles. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, I'm back.
Get back at the same time.
All right. So, as you are nearing the graveyard on one section of Baines Market, it is mostly empty. There are a couple people, probably grieving widows or family members, that are walking in, somber faces, a bit sad. A bit of a small breeze does blow through the area, but you can still smell the kind of oil-like tinge that has come over the walls of Baines Market. You can still hear the clattering of machinery, jacks, the banging of the factories, whatnot. There's an overhaze of just black smoke that constantly fills the sky above the city, in this case, Baines Market. But as you near the entrance of the graveyard, amongst the other people you see walking about, well, let's get a general observation. Everyone go ahead and give me a notice roll.
Notice.
See what I noticed. I don't notice anything. Oh, what? I think I noticed something.
Chuck in Norset.
Is Shorty not back yet?
Does not look like it. Well, we'll just go with the ones that have rolled so far.
What about you?
One raise.
Okay.
And remember, you also have a +2 as a base.
Yes, I added it. So yeah, it's a one raise.
Okay.
6. Yep, that's it.
So, the general stuff you see is that there is a burial that's happening right now. And you still can hear from that direction is a bit of noise, mostly, it is kind of just crying, just grieving, that's coming from a funeral that's going on right now. You can see a casket that is being lowered into the ground by several large individuals. Morty, you though, you hear another set of grieving. And then kind of anger, shouting, that is kind of mixed in with the crying of the funeral that's going on right now. But what you are hearing is from a different location. You gotta pick it up a bit. But it's a mix of arguing, yelling, and a bit of crying. It kind of just stands out a bit.
Can I kind of gesture the party to move over there? Towards the direction of the commotion.
It's up to you.
Sure. Like, just gonna kind of like tap you guys on the back and then like point over there. And then I'm gonna start shuffling towards that. And
Can I kind of...
yep. Nah, I just don't want to raise the like. There's multiple funerals being held at the same time, so don't want to like move through them. It's gonna wanna like circle around them.
It's a fairly large graveyard, probably about maybe several hundred graves here, so you can definitely walk around people.
Gotcha.
Can Ozzy kind of like move off to the side and
Turn
kinda
invisible.
well, almost. So just kind of like stealth a bit. I was just like trying to keep out of sight, but listen in, be close enough to listen in.
To which thing?
To where Morty pointed out.
Okay, so you wanted to get closer. Let's do this. For those of you that want to get closer and want to remain hidden to kind of observe what's going on, go ahead and give me a sneak roll. Or stealth.
Sneak roll.
I'm using a Benny for that.
Go for it. Do you know how to use a Benny?
Stealth.
You do. Roll me stealth again.
Stealth
I
and
don't know anything
4.
about that.
Trait dice D4 1,
Yeah,
wild dice D8 3, success 1 2.
Actually, if you're rolling stealth, I'll join in. Let's see. I'll first use boost trait to increase my stealth. Use a power point on that.
I just trip over and all my tools go clattering to the ground.
Also raised. Okay, so that will raise my stealth to D6. Do I?
So what you do, it actually shows us now, Cal. If you go to traits, right-click your stealth and go to boost and boost once. And it'll actually will show an arrow up symbol now, telling you that it's boosted once.
Oh god damn it! Okay, yeah, I'm using a bet. Okay, there we go.
All right. And Oz, you sticking with that result?
Yeah, I'll use one more. Come on, don't fuck me here. Thank you.
There we go. Now, Shorty, you still know they didn't roll. What are you doing? Or is he still at
Well,
Oh, he's there. All right.
seeing as how Shorty is the very essence and definition of stealth, he will probably not go with them.
Okay, so you can stay behind essentially then.
Everyone else sneaking
I think Morty isn't.
I'm not saying
No,
Morty.
he is. Everyone, he's not here. He's telling me his roles in person.
Oh, okay.
But everyone is doing stealth, and everyone succeeded, and only not you, Shorty. So I want to know are you following and just following in the open, or are you just stay behind and let them sneak forward?
Yeah, he knows that they're doing things that he's not really good at, so he is gonna try to post up at the entrance to the graveyard.
You have a
And
whistle.
then just kind of like look around to like see if anyone notices him or is irritated at his presence. If anyone like comes up to him, it's like, hey, what are you doing here? He just kind of wants to see what would happen.
Huh. All right, we're gonna get to you in a second. Actually, I want to do it right now because this might be interesting. So I'm gonna draw a card to see if any grieving individual might be taking the anger out on you. So if I get a club that's a face card, so a 10 or higher, you're gonna get some trouble. Okay, not a club. You're good. It's just grieving people coming by you, don't really pay you any attention. But as you're staying behind, the other 4 of you move forward to where this yelling is kind of occurring from. You're starting to pick up the details. Yes, I blame you for the bullshit that happened. Our brother is dead, and it is your goddamn fault that he's dead. Listen to me. It is not my fault. He chose the decision himself. Arguing in that tone goes back and forth a little bit more as they don't pay you any attention. They are 2 men, probably about their late 30s, and they are fixated on each other about 12 paces apart from each other. And they're in a very, very heated discussion as a sobbing female, about late 20s, is in the middle of them, but a bit away, not directly between them, but she's looking back and forth to the both of them. And they're arguing about their brother who has been killed. They're blaming each other. When in the midst of the argument, both of them go silent. And then they go to their great cloaks. They're both wearing great cloaks. And they pull open one side, showing silver gleamed pistols and elaborate scabbards, or holsters, I should say, on their side. You can see that the pistols themselves from this angle, and from how far you are, you're probably about maybe 20, 25 paces away. The pistols just gleam in the sporadic amounts of sunlight that does pierce the hazy fog from the city, makes the pistol shine on both of them. And they look at each other. Everyone give me a common knowledge roll except for Shorty. He's not here. Common knowledge.
Common knowledge. Be sick.
Oh, look at that.
All right. 1 success. Yeah.
Okay.
Yo,
All right,
Roll
so
at least.
enough to be passed. It's actually Shorty. Or sorry, I keep Shorty. Morty. It's like just tell me if you give me a pass or race. Just tell me that.
Okay. Sorry.
Or the number of races. If you tell me the number of races you get also. Now I'm just gonna say it out loud because all of you passed except for Cal. But they're about to do a duel with each other right now over this argument with their brother that's been killed.
A duel is illegal in Sigmar, or?
All right, so real quick, let's go in order. So there's a bit of over talking this party a little bit. Corvus, were you trying to say something?
No, I think I was me.
Like, Corvus might.
Sorry.
All right, so Oz, what were you trying to say?
I was just saying if it was just a question of like, can like the powers be used stealthily, or is it like a very obvious display?
Which powers?
I was something like boost lower trait.
You kind of tell me. So when you design a power, when you build a power, when you get a power in Savage Worlds, you kind of design what it looks like, how it is, it's kind of fluff about it. You can make it silent, you can make it loud. Typically, though, there's going to be some type of visible aura or sound about them. Not typically completely silent or non-visible. There's going to be some type of thing that people might catch on to. So you can't make it like just completely blank. So it's kind of up to you to tell me how it is. So yes, typically they're going to be able to notice it if they're looking, or they might get the attention that way.
Okay.
Right. And Cal, what were you saying?
Yeah, I was just wondering what the legality is of duels in Signar.
They are legal as long as both sides approve. Now, typically, if the duel is going to happen, it's going to be done in a place that is kind of to where no one can cheat. Because the cheating does occur, it's usually going to be in a underground-esque place where people aren't going to be really around, or is not going to be any legality done with it. But since it's two brothers doing it out in the open, it theoretically, between them, would be legal.
It doesn't have to be any like grace period or anything. They can just like say, okay, let's do duel and go right at it.
If they both agree to it, it's done. If one does not agree to it, then it would be illegal to do it. But since they are both in position, they're both at the ready, you just can see that they're both ready to draw iron.
Well, since this is legal, Cal will just stand ready and watch it happen. There's no reason to interject.
Corvus is not one to see this happen. As far as he's concerned, they are dishonoring their brother's grave by spilling blood near it. Corvus might actually come out like from his hiding spot and kind of his pistols out, shoot the ground in front of both of them, and then say, "All right, you're gonna honor your brother's death with blood."
So real quick,
Honor him with
Corvus,
love.
are you actually doing this, or are you just talking about it?
Consider doing it.
Okay.
I'll probably do it. I can't really see that I won't do it because I don't want to see like brothers kill each other over their dead brother's funeral. So yeah, I'll probably step in.
Cal is all for it. Let's get some bloodshed up in here.
What is all this?
Basically, the GM is asking like something is going to happen. If you are taking an action, say so.
I'll do it.
Um,
Yeah, I'm going to shoot the dirt in front of them to prevent them from shooting.
I would say while he does that, I am going to cast Boost Lower Trait. And I'm going to...
Well, actually, no, I won't shoot. I'll say out loud. Just say this out loud.
All right, real quick.
I'm gonna
Hold that
request-
thought real quick. Oz, what do you want to do with the pistol trait?
I was going to do the additional reciprocate modifier, as well as the fatigue modifier, and the strong modifier. So it is a +1, +2, so it's 3. It's a +4 to how many power points it's going to use. So it's 6 power points it's going to use.
Are you doing? Are you doing on towards?
The two brothers, and I'm going to lower their shooting ability.
So I'm just curious before this eventually happens. Like, what is the? Is it legal to cast magic on others, basically?
They might take it as a slight of you intervening in a duel, and they theoretically could challenge you to intervening in a duel.
Okay, they like what's the general like punishment usually for that?
Duel.
General punishment of interrupting a duel. I think it'd be
Kisses
more
and
of
hugs?
just disrespect. This might show on the guild, though. You're getting involved with things. They could challenge you to the duel, and if you refuse a duel, it's going to be a bit of cowardice on your part. So both of you getting involved can have repercussions on this.
Okay, fair enough. If can someone fight on behalf of someone else? Like, say for example, like I don't know, an 80-year-old man gets challenged to a knife fight by someone in the 20s. Can like someone else take the position of that old man?
Yeah,
Like,
if
fighting it.
both allow, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, that was one of my questions. I'm not taking an action, so I'll leave it to us. And
So, knowing that information, I still want to pursue this line of thanking Oz.
I just want to speak aloud and just tell them that it's a bad idea to shoot each other in front of each other.
So
They can do it somewhere
you're
else,
gonna do
but
that
not in front of their
right
brothers.
when this goes off. So I'll get to you in a second. You're gonna do this in the same time as Oz doing the thing. So it's gonna happen at the same time.
No, I'll hold off on it.
Okay. All right. So in that case, for you, Corvus, what do you want to say?
I'm just gonna say the following: are you really gonna shoot each other in front of your brother's grave? It's a bit rude of it, isn't it? This is where you come to mourn him, not shoot each other and kill each other and make another grave. Bloody hell.
All right. So as you do stand up and
Go
speak up,
ahead.
Corvus, they will still stay completely locked at each other. They're still gonna have the hands right next to the pistols, but one of them is gonna speak. My brother's already born in his grave for this bastard right here. So yes, we're going to do this right here. And the one who drops is the one that caused the situation to unfold in the first place. His blood will rest our brother.
And would he want this? Would he want bloodshed in front of his own grave?
It's not going to matter anymore since he's already dead. His death is only brought us sorrow, and it's only going to be better when one of us lies dead in the ground.
How can you be so sure that's the best way to deal with things? It's just bringing more misery into the world, isn't it?
How do you think he ended up in the ground in the first place? This is the other one speaking up.
I don't know the story here. Can't really say for it. I do think it's rather disrespectful to shoot each other in front of your brother's bloody grave. If you're
What
gonna do
is
it, take it somewhere else at the very least.
Disrespectful is you getting involved when it's none of your damn business, friend.
Alright then. But if you're gonna shoot each other, at least do it in front of someone else. Like somewhere else. If you like shooting each other, bloody hell, it doesn't matter anymore. If you're gonna shoot each other, go ahead. I'm just trying to say that you could at least respect your brother enough not to shoot in front of his bloody grave.
Everyone, real quick, give me another notice roll.
I was also going to ask about the woman you mentioned earlier. What is she doing?
She is kind of looking at both of them, doesn't say anything, but she's kind of on her knees on the ground and just looking at all of you, at Corvus that spoke up, looking at her, the two people that are next to her, and just kind of staying quiet.
Does she look like another sibling? Like, does she look like them?
She
or
does.
She look like...
They both are dressed in expensive clothing. She's as well. Most likely, she's probably a sister.
Paul?
Yeah.
I rolled a 10, so 1 raised.
Okay.
Does anything change, or that's the same?
Well, here is what's going on between you, Oz, and Cal. Shorty, you can roll also.
Oh, alrighty. What am I rolling? Notice?
Yes.
No.
No.
Nope.
For sure.
So, Oz, Cal, and Morty, as you watch this unfold, as Corvus is speaking to these individuals, them still locked in the stair, Corvus talking to them, the sister kind of on the ground, just looking around. You three spot several large snakes serpentine up towards them too, as well as one going towards the sister. They are very, very well camouflaged. They have green scales. And
Wait, I have to roll, do I have to,
let
I have to roll notice? Or not?
let me finish. I'm gonna say, yeah, it doesn't matter. They already know. So, enough people here know it. I'm not gonna worry about it. But these snakes, they look rather long, maybe like a constrictor in length, but they are slithering through kind of uncut grass or unkept grass around the gravestones and whatnot. And all three of you, we'll say four, well, I mean, easy, all four of you spot this as they are moving towards these two duelists. as well as one going towards the sister. They don't spot this.
Do we recognize animals?
Do they
You
look like
recognize
normal
snakes, large snakes, but I would say it's unusual. With just the circumstance that's happening right now is unusual. There's 3 of them heading towards each individual.
Oi, get the fuck out of there! There's some big off fucking snakes.
Can I do a quick,
Yep.
like, whipping out my rifle and fire at the one that's heading towards the woman?
You most certainly can.
Is there
I
any
will,
bonus attacking from stealth?
I'll try and shield anyone I can. So, is it alright if I try to get in the way to shield anyone who gets into harm's way? Is that an option? Is there something I can do for that?
You're too far away to use that right now.
Okay.
The thing is, they
Is there anything
are still locked in this. Now, when you do speak up, Cal, they ignore you. Now, who was it that wanted to actually bring up the rifle and shoot?
That was Ozzy. And I'm aiming at the snake that's heading towards the woman, and I was wondering if there's any bonus from shooting from stealth.
Not in this sense. Typically, if no opponent expects danger, then in that case, you might be able to get the drop, which is what it's called, which is essentially a sneak attack. But because there is a open, aggressive stance happening right now, there is a sense of danger, so you cannot get that drop. There are ways to actually get the drop with edges, but a natural drop would not occur right now because there's already a situation unfolding that is hostile, essentially, the 2 duelists.
Yeah, so getting the drop would be like going on top of a building and just sniping someone from up
Yes.
there, as opposed
Like,
to...
if you just shot the duelist without ever expressing yourself, you might get the drop, because they're not expecting it.
Mhm,
But because
Okay.
these snakes moving towards these people, you just firing because there's still an open hostility in the air right now with the duelists, with Corvus, with Cal talking, that you cannot get the drop at this moment.
Okay.
Let it be known I'm not being hostile. I'm
Yeah,
trying to be
I-
reasonable.
I'm shooting at the snake that seems like it's heading towards the woman. You
Alright.
cock.
Don't roll yet. Only
I-
roll when I tell you, please.
Oh, I thought you said I was supposed... Oh, sorry, that's my bad.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I
As
think
is, we're gonna use this because you raise up the rifle. All of you watch as Oz raises up his rifle, and he just takes action immediately against the snake that's heading towards. It's heading towards. You said towards the female, the sister.
Yeah, if I'm actually shooting, I am gonna try and use a Benny for that.
Okay.
Reroll that. So, boom. And then... Come on. Yes. Yes.
Nice. That's a raise. Don't do anything yet, though. Here's what happens, though. From their perspective, they're in the midst of a duel. The sister is next to him. People trying to talk to him to not get into a fight, when all of a sudden a gunshot rings out towards them. So I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to draw 2 cards in this sense. If any of them are a club, they're going to see you, the group, as, well, enemies.
Thank God I have my knockout shots. Time to knock some people unconscious.
Ooh.
Okay. So better heads will prevail in this sense. As Cal did mention snakes, and so any type of doubt that you might have will be erased as the snake lunges forward out of the grass. Immediately, the sister screams when the bullet hits the snake. We'll see if it actually hurts it, though. Go ahead and give me a damage roll with your weapon, Oz.
Does it do anything with the raise? Since it's an 8? Or is it just a lick
So in this case, since it's not automated, you see at the bottom left of the screen where it has the 0, the 1 action, the run dice, and all that stuff?
Uh-huh.
You see where it has a unhighlighted D6 that says plus damage?
Oh, yeah.
Click on that.
Click it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, no.
And
just
then
damage?
roll the damage.
Yeah, fuck
That
this
is
thing.
not damn bad. All right. This snake that
Is
is
that what-
going forward, its head just explodes in, well, not bloody, viscerous gore, but now that it has left the actual grass, you can see the body of the snake is actually skeletal. It's not alive. the head explodes in a shower of essentially bone shrapnel. And with that,
So, Shorty
are-
hears the gunshot, I assume.
yes, and we're going to go into combat because
I
this is undead here.
imagine I'll arrive a bit later.
Yep, I'm going to have a battle map up right now, and we're going to see how things unfold. All right, I know I have a graveyard. Where's the graveyards at? Graveyards.
Badgers. Are there any narwhals?
Should we use this one, or should
Nope.
we use...
Apparently there is Simon Cowell, the king of the owls.
King of Owls?
Got a Weeble.
Ah, we'll use this one. This one's a good map. Alright, we'll use this image right here with this right here. Let's go ahead and bring up this little image right here.
I thought these would have been very much different things from the way you were describing them. They're just bone snakes.
That they are.
I was thinking of the snakes that's an undead wood for a critical role.
You know, I need actually... My friend told me to watch that, because I know it is Savage Worlds.
Oh, it's great. It's 4 episodes. They're all about it's about 8 hours of content, if not 10. It's
Wait,
great.
you're talking about Critical Role?
Yeah.
I never been to that.
200
Yeah,
hours.
I don't know what it was, but
Two
I
of us
will
talking at a
not
time.
be able-
Y'all gotta talk
Yeah,
at one time.
you will, yeah, just talk about.
That's my bad for bringing it up, apparently.
There's 200.
Oh, I'm just talking about
Might
undead wood.
actually get some use.
He's not talking about their campaign. He's talking about the thing that
The
they
special
did.
thing that Brian did. Oh, this is just a big old white box.
Exewolf to load.
Yep, give it a second.
What did you say was the button set up to resize the screen itself?
Hold down left control and then drag click within the map.
Okay, thank you.
I would have stepped forward if I did kind of begin conversation with them because I thought that would be something I'd do, but just to inform you.
Yeah, you would have heard
I don't know.
Corvus talking.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep, give me a second. We'll deal with it.
But that, when I'm talking, my body language is hands raised and things like that, trying to be reasonable.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll
I'm not
finalize
trying to
that
show
once I
them
get things in.
disrespect.
But yeah, whenever you can, I would recommend watching Undead Wood. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm just...
Yeah,
I would
watched
like
that
to. I'm just
too.
really, really busy.
Well, fair enough. If you ever have commutes in 30 minutes just listening.
Tokens.
Yeah, already this is pretty fun. I like this system.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite systems to run. All right, and
It's an interesting system. It's very different from base D&D systems.
oh yeah, completely different.
I very much like the exploding dice because it's okay, here's just wacky shit going on.
All right, position yourselves on the map. Shorty, stay where you are right now.
No.
Probably be right here behind the tombstone or something, or wherever.
Yeah. I was a
I'd
bit
have
closer,
line of
wasn't
sight.
I? It's probably about here. It's enough to not get in the way of the duel, but close enough to converse with them.
Cal, 40.
we'll just use this for the time being. All right.
How do you measure distance? Like, what do you press to get like a measure tool?
We'll get there in a second. I'm ready yet.
Yeah, right and left click at the same time.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, well, you saw them. Might as well show there they are. All right.
Oh, what are the, oh, ew. Another behind me.
All right. And so, we're going to go into a bit of combat here right now, as there are several of these things that are coming forth. Now, in this game, we're going to go ahead and do initiative. So, at the top right, don't click on the many swords for mass combat. They'll come in later. But click on the double cross swords for the combat tracker. And we're going to start the first round of combat, which goes by card draw. If I turn, I'll tell you how to do measures all that, Oz.
Oh yeah, I know how to do all that. I understand. At least I'm pretty sure I understand how the thing works.
All right, which means top of the round, me getting the ace. Now, any of you can use a Benny to redraw a card if you so wish.
I will do so. A 5 is quite awful.
Go for it. Drop the Benny on top. All right. Ooh, nice. Got the ace.
I don't have any bennies.
But not enough to beat me, Cal, unfortunately.
Yeah, fair.
Morty or Shorty, we want to redraw initiative cards using the Benny?
I
Nice.
believe that actually benefits me because with a 5 or lower, with the cautious feat, I get to take a -2 to any penalty. Is that it?
The calculating.
Yep.
5 or less,
calculating?
you get to ignore 2 points of penalties. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. It benefits me, so I'm not gonna.
It
change
is thematically appropriate for Shorty to be last.
Got it. All right, so we got the first snakes. One comes forward, and it is going to slither towards the first target it can see. We're now going to lock tokens.
Quick question.
Yes.
Are the folk, the dueling people participating in this combat, or are they not?
Good question.
They probably should.
Wait, is this the correct snake you're moving? Because it seems it's 5 and 6 as the turn, not 3. Unless perhaps I just can't see snake number 3, or...
I think he needs a second.
All right, do it. I might have it differently. Let's see. Let's give this guy a card. He's got a queen. All right. All right. But in this case, it is the right one. It is highlighted for me. Actually, maybe I'm in the wrong one.
Because there's one
Let's see.
snake that has its own thing, and 3 that have their own.
Okay, so it was the bottom one. My bad. Trying to get used to this new thing. So this one down here is actually moving. All right. He is going to go towards Shorty. Shorty, this thing comes squeaking towards you.
Alrighty.
Targets you, and this thing is going to try and get a bite upon you. It comes in, and let's see if this might work.
Get his gnomes on.
That is a hit. This thing is small. It gets past your little armor. Let's see how well it does. First off, we have the damage itself. That is a bad roll. But then the venom of this thing. All right. This thing comes in and tries to bite you. It gets between your armor, Shorty. You feel the things punch into your skin, and then you can feel this burning sensation coming from your calf where the snake has bit you. You look down, you see this thing is actually undead. In its eye sockets, where the eyes would be, small little glowing embers of green. The same like the apprentice in the mines. Corvus. Towards you. Snake comes slithering close and goes to bite you. And does hit. Alright, Corvus, you are shaken as its fangs plunge also into your calf, and the bite stuns you. But then the poison.
Oh, that's a lot of dice.
Alright. Corvus, this might possibly end you right here. Now, I do have a rule that was not in right now, so actually it's going to be 4 wounds, not 5. So let me drop that down a little bit. That's a little too much than it should be.
Good thing we have that card. Because it looks like we're going to need it.
Yeah, hey, who was
immunity
calling
card.
that card useless?
The immunity card.
Alright, but Corvus, you're going to be taking 3 wounds right here. So my question to you is, do you want to soak this, or I don't know what card you have. Do you want to soak this, or what do you want to do? Because this is going to be a very, very bad strike.
Yeah, I think he has to use a Benny to soak one or die.
They're not wild cards, no. Alright, Corvus, you did a bit
like-
wrong. Here's what you want to do. Let me give you back your Benny. I want you to drag that Benny on top of where you're damaged in the combat tracker. Where it says you have that number of wounds.
Are the dice rolling supposed to be like all shadowy?
It could be for other players. I think it's a bug they're still doing within Unity. But, there we go. Alright, that does soak 1 wound. Now, if you want to use more bennies, this does not add to the roll, this just is a chance of getting a better roll. As is though, if you get a raise, an 8, you actually would go from 3 wounds down to 1 wound. In this case, you do soak 1 wound to have 2. You want to stick with the result, or do you want to keep this, Corvus?
At what point does death happen in the system?
At essentially the 4th wound.
Incapacitated?
So you have
Or
shaken,
rested.
3 wounds, the 4th wound would be incapacitated. In that case, you do death rolls to possibly die.
Okay.
Corpse got fucked
So-
up right away.
Yeah, so Corvus, do you want to stick with this roll, or do you want to roll again?
I was muted. I was trying to talk. I put 2 bennies down. Earlier. Can I have one back?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I currently only have 1 benny. Oh. Even if I roll, my chances of getting higher are pretty low. So
Okay, so unfortunately, this poison does go right into your system, Corvus, and you can feel it just burning into your body. All right, we go to the next one. This one is going to run, or slither fast. 11. All right, Shorty, up to you also. This thing comes in. It did run, though, so we'll get some penalties to it. But it's going to try and, same thing, bite you. And this will be... All right, this is a raise. Its fangs into your body. Ooh, also got a raise. All right, your body is good, but the poison's a bad thing here. All right, your body. You can shrug this off, Shorty, you're good. Cal, you see as Corvus immediately starts wobbling as the snake is lashed onto his leg.
Okay, how large... is there any way to bring out a medium blast template just to see how large it is?
Yes, right click and go to pointers. And just drop a medium sized pointer.
There we are. Okay. Yeah, okay, not big enough. Okay, in that case, I'll just shoot the one next to Corvus to perhaps get it to stop, eating him. Is there any way to delete the template? Never. It's not an important aspect.
Right click it and go to delete. Or move it.
Okay, so I'm targeting Snake, and then I'll... Is there any penalty for firing into melee? Like, could I accidentally shoot Corvus?
If you miss and the skill dice is a 1, If you would hit, say like the wild die is a hit, but the 1 is on the skill dice, you'll just hit the snake.
Yeah, and my chances of hitting are pretty darn good. So I'll just roll. So let's see.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's only if both
and then
rolls, if
it-
both dice would miss, is when you'll hit a friendly.
Is there any way to tell how heavily armored they are?
Not until you start rolling and see.
I'll use a brutal shot then instead of a iron breaker, considering they're probably not armored. If they have any toughness, it's probably from their toughness itself.
Okay.
If they have a +2 to hit you, you probably have a -2 to hit them. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Fuck. Do you want to use a Benny then?
It was a pretty shit roll, so maybe. I think we want
Yeah,
to
but
try to take these guys off the table ASAP.
Yeah, the problem is if I get to that one, I have no other Benny, meaning I'll hit Corvus.
Oh, I see.
Take
Oh, it's
the
up to you
risk.
then.
Take the risk.
Okay,
Take the risk.
I'll take
Yeah.
the risk. Ah, there we go.
Nice.
A lot better.
Nice. Roll damage.
Fuck 'em up.
That blows up the snake.
Phew.
Whew, okay,
Thanks for that.
yeah. And move up. You have to run interception between the people and the snake. Actually, wait, no, I won't do that. I don't give a shit about the random people. I'll just roll here to just protect Corbett. The NPCs can go fuck themselves.
Gotcha. Alright, Kel,
Oh,
yeah,
cool,
run
so-
forward. You have shots. Now, your Mage Lock rifle does require to be reloaded. Now, since you already attacked without any penalties, you will have to reload next turn and then fire, which will be at -2.
Oh yeah, that was the thing we thought about in the first session and forgot about it.
Yeah, I
Fuck,
forgot about
okay, I'll
that.
need to look where it's actually reloading the thing, because I suppose the best way would just have like 14 pistols and shoot one, drop one, pull one out, shoot one, drop it. I'll look into that in the future. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Alright, so Oz,
Be a proper pilot.
how you actually do measurements, couple ways. Hold down the left and right mouse buttons and just draw on the map. Or you can target them by holding left control and mouse clicking on the guy you want to hit. We'll tell you the range towards them. In this case, it's 10 inches. And then if you want to do any movement, you just want to drag from your token, and you can drag a path of where you want to move.
Wasn't there like a dude that was like around here somewhere? Or was I looking at it wrong? somewhere around
There was no dude over there, no.
Okay. Then I am going to shoot at this thing. So Loop, come on. Come.
Ooh.
Double.
I want to use a
ones.
Benny there.
Can't.
I
Critical
don't
fail.
have any Benny.
Not only that, but unfortunately, a crit fail on an item does cause it to break down. And so your repeating rifle, first shot of the game, I apologize. Your rifle takes
Oof.
one
Actually.
part of damage.
Shit. That was the second shot.
Oh,
First
that's
shot
brutal.
was that fucking the brutal shot against the first snake. But okay, so
So for
Nice
right
that,
now,
nice
until
that.
it's repaired, it's at shooting of -1.
okay. And I'm right here. I am going to move. I see this guy over here. I don't want to move closer to that. So I'm gonna move. I need to zoom in a little bit. That's not what I want. Don't do that.
Or move for you.
Thank you. We'll move here.
Gotcha.
Oh, this
All right,
is-
you moved on action, which means your turn is now done. We're now going to go to the dueling people that saw this bullshit happening. They will get involved in the fight. So the first one sees what's going on. He looks at the nearest snake, which is right here, and he is going to fire his pistol. All right, let's use these guys.
Pew pew.
There you go. All right, we'll use this guy's thing right here. All right, he fires his thing, which would be against the snake.
The sneaky
Which-
snake.
Should not be that. All right, give me 1 second. I have to be a little more complicated with this thing. Let's get a pistol real quick, please, guys. Go there, and go there. Alright, that works. These are actually the duelist right here. I'll just use their tokens. There you go. Alright, so he fires off at the first snake, and the shot misses, hits the ground. Second one is going to do the same thing. He's going to try and smash this snake.
I thought he already rolled for him to hit.
Yeah, he missed, unfortunately.
And what's this other to hit up here for?
2 shots. 2 misses, unfortunately. All right, Corvus, you are no longer shaken. You do have a bit of wounds, though. What would you like to do?
Well, Corvus is actually kind of pissed, so he's going to get into a position where he can shoot the snake, still not being in its range. So can I move here? Can I still be in range if I moved here, or?
The NPC go anywhere? I can't see him anymore. Oh, no,
Can't
they just
move.
flickered out existence for a second. Okay, they're back.
Here? Is here fine?
Yeah.
Alright then, I'm gonna take 2 shots. Fucking bloody bomb it!
All right, make sure you
Make
target the
2
guys.
shots. Target him. Okay, how do I specify target? Do I just
Left
go
control click on the icon of the guy you want to shoot.
Put it, and just roll shooting check on it?
No, you haven't targeted him yet. So make sure you hold on left control and mouse click on the icon of who you want to punch or hit or shoot. All right, do it one more time. You just untargeted him. There we go. All right. Now, how many times do you want to shoot the weapon there, Corvus?
Twice. I've got
Alright.
2 gun kid thing, remember?
So make sure you have 2 actions on the bottom, and then roll to attack.
Well, and would he have to specify the 2 action? Because he doesn't have a penalty for it. He has the
That is
talent
right.
stuff.
Go ahead and shoot.
Alright then.
That's like the 2-gun kid and ambidextrous
Yep.
thing.
You guys got it. Unfortunately, his wounds are going to be a bit of a problem right now.
Gonna burn a Benny for that.
All right.
Did you roll the skill now, or did you roll the actual attack? Because you need to roll the attack, not the skill.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, he is rolling the wrong
I
thing.
think I got. Oh, sorry.
It is a raise though.
Okay.
Was that the parry? 11 against this thing is it's against number 4 minus 2. It's going to be it's still a raise. Go ahead and roll the damage of the weapon there, Corvus.
Remember, click the rate thingy down at the bottom.
I thought parry was only
Raise thing?
melee
Where did I
attacks.
click that?
He rolled the wrong thing. Don't think he rolled the wrong thing, so it's calculated wrong, but it is a raise still.
Where-
He technically
where's
got
the
a
raise?
9. So the bottom left
Is-
little button has a d6 with a plus damage icon. Click on that for the raise,
Okay.
and then roll the
Did you
damage of the
roll
weapon.
that?
All right.
Think it go.
That will abruptly blow up that one.
Fuck these things.
Okay.
You do have a second
Can I
shot.
still? Okay. I'm gonna try and shoot at this one. Wait, no, there's another one over there.
Here's
Shoot
a
that
few.
one then. That guy. Have I targeted him?
Yep, you target him, but make sure you roll it from the actual combat, not the skills tab.
Okay. Oh, still.
Because the skill stab will probably have range penalties.
Oh man, you too. Good grief. All right.
I've never
This will
had
also
someone
make your
look-
weapon malfunction in a slight bit. No, 2 of them in one roll, in one combat. That's not too often. So that'll be your second pistol. All right.
That'll be my turn. Probably gonna. Yeah. Do I still have movement I can do?
You moved 4, so no, you're out of movement.
Okay.
Oh, wounds reduces movement.
It does.
Okay.
All right. We go to the snake that was just shot at by Corvus. They are going to run. All right, Morty, thing is coming towards you. Slithers forward, goes to bite you, and will hit. Not a raise though. The thing is going to your body. This is 2. Ooh. All right. So it's gonna be 3 wounds, Morty, for the first hit. Not even the poison yet.
-2 penalty.
On the hit,
Yes.
still hits.
No. Like what does it do? Can I deduct the wounds or something?
Yeah, you can soak. You can use bennies to soak. Because you're taking 3 wounds right now. It did 20 damage. I
Right.
did a raise.
Yes. So I'd like to reduce the damage.
Okay, so
Fucking vicious.
make it easy here. I'm gonna just roll for you for the bennies here.
Huh? Okay.
That should not be involved. Let's redo that.
These things are goddamn vicious.
They are. All right, that is gonna move. I got a raise. You got an 11. Do you want to keep that? Or you want to roll again?
I'll keep that because that's pretty good,
All
right?
right, yeah. So you go from 3 wounds down to 1 wound. So, but now you're gonna take the actual venom. So this one could be also bad. So the
Yeah.
venom comes in and is another wound. You have 2 bennies left. Do you want to use another benny to soak this wound? It's for the poison. You'll be at 2 wounds if you don't.
Okay. First off, I'm still not sure what happened to the -2 penalty, and second of all, I do have the anemic thingy. So, if it's
What's -2 penalty? Sorry, I'm just wondering.
And what's the -2 coming from?
no, isn't it from the calculating? Because I have the
No, that doesn't give them a penalty. It reduces your penalties if you have any.
penalties on my roll.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
you
of
can.
fall.
For example,
I see.
you could, for example, take like 2 actions without penalty because the -2 gets reduced to -0.
Okay, so
Now here's the question: you get hit by the poison. Do you want to soak the poison or not?
yes, I would like to soak the poison.
All right. All right, you're good. You have 1 benny left over though. All right, we go to
Okay.
the next snake. This one's also going to run forward, or slither forward faster, towards you also, Shorty. Or it's actually, it's gonna go towards the goblin, but not get anywhere near in range.
Bring it,
so-
bitch. Hit
Nowhere
me
near in range.
balls.
It only moved 8. All right, we now go to Morty. It's on you. You have a snake that's attached to you right now. What do you want to do?
I reach for the stove, which is next to the lantern. Hold on, let me check. Let me check one more time.
You want to do what?
I've got firecrackers, right?
You ain't gonna do anything here, buddy.
Hello?
You ain't gonna do anything here. What are you trying to do with this firecrackers?
Can I light? How long will it take for me to light them and throw them?
1 turn, but they ain't gonna do anything really. You might be able to distract someone with them, but the one on you ain't gonna do anything with that. It is a test to your leg right now.
Okay, I've got a handful of coals, so I'm just gonna throw that at them. Then
Do you still not have a weapon at this point?
and then whoever attacks it the next turn, I'll be helping them.
Give me a agility roll.
All right, sure. Agility roll D8. Let me see.
Or not agility, sorry. Give me an athletics roll.
Okay. 2 raises. 12. Okay, nice.
Right. He is going to be, choose one, either distracted or vulnerable with it being shaken. Which one do you want to do?
Which, vulnerable.
Got it.
Right.
All right. Would you want to move this thing, or you want to stay there, Shorty? Or, give me your damn names. Morty, what do you want to do?
I would like to move away.
All right. We're going to move you directly away from everyone, which is going to be in this direction. Another thing is attached to you. It will be an attack of opportunity if you do move away, though. Would you want to do that still?
Sure. And I would like to move to the left because those are the friendly people, right?
Got it.
Are you sure you want to? Because an attack of opportunity could kill you.
What? I'm sorry, I didn't catch the last part.
I'm just wondering, are you sure you want to? Because
Because what could kill me?
The attack of opportunity.
Alright, then
You move away from the snake.
Slightly to the upper of the snake, but then I'm not going to leave its range, so it won't take an attack like that, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, that ends
All
my
right,
turn.
Shorty, it is on you. You got 2 snakes next to you.
Alrighty. Well, since they have dared to come into Shorty's melee range, they shall feel the power of smack.
Good luck with your smack. Your power of smack.
I'm just remembering, it's like, Shorty, remember what Ozzy told you. You have big feet.
It's true.
Just smack
He,
him.
he does actually have, like, his fists are lethal weapons. I'm pretty sure this will do more damage.
Oh, I'm sure. It's just funny how it kind of like bleeds into each other.
Oh, wait. Oh, fuck. I didn't target them.
It's okay.
I think that
Target the
actually
one.
misses.
We'll use the roll still. So target the one you want to do. We're gonna drag it over. All right. But still probably gonna be a miss, yeah, because the -2 from its size.
Oh
Alright,
Jesus,
I'm
the
gonna
power of
reroll
6, meaning you'd have to roll an 8 to actually hit them. Fuck. These things are not easy to kill.
No, they're
Or
not.
hit.
These are Crixian snakes. If that's not been obvious. Hey, it's a raise! That's a hit! Roll damage there, Shorty. You go swiping it with your work cleaver, and that will demolish one snake. They're vicious, but they're not
Excellent.
too tough.
Shorty is happy with that. That's his turn.
Alright, we now go to the next round, and as always, when you do a new round, read done initiative. Alright, damn, these snakes. Anyone here? Between Corvus or, I don't know, Morty is probably fine. Corvus, do you want to redo initiative, or do you want to stick with your one Benny?
Probably.
You did get a 2 of diamonds, so you're dead last.
I'm gonna use a penny on it.
Alright,
What do
drag
I
the Benny
place the penny?
onto the card in the comment tracker.
So then being small makes them harder to hit.
10.
Yes, it does.
Okay,
It makes them
that's
harder to
better.
hit and easier to hit us.
I'm guessing that's just an enemy thing because I don't think that works for me because I'm small.
No, I believe it is a scale. Like there's a your size 0, I think. There's like -1, and like if you get larger, enough, like you can get it, but not starting characters usually. You probably have magic or something like that to get that small.
Shorty's toughness is saving his ass.
It's basically like shorter is larger than us, but it's not that large that it takes even more penalties to be hit. You have to be larger than what he is right now.
Then I'd get more toughness.
Cal,
Okay,
it is on you.
what kind of action is it to pull out a weapon?
To pull out a weapon to pull out one weapon is a free action.
Okay, in that case, I'll just pull out a pistol and shoot the snake because what's it called? I can't afford the penalty to reload and try to shoot it again.
Okay.
So this weapon is not a mage lock, but I'm not using a mage lock pistol. I'm just using a regular old bullet, so
Go
no
for
chance of it exploding on me. Alright, a medium range. Shit, I should have moved closer. Okay, well, it's too late to do that now. So,
You could have done it. So let's go ahead and move you because you're only 8 away from. Yeah, I'll give you that too, and we'll go ahead and give you the +2, which is a 5. So you're good. You hit it.
Okay, and then I'll roll the damage.
That will demolish the snake. It does, leaving just 2.
Nice.
One that's next to Morty and one that's next to Shorty.
Okay, then I'll hold the pistol if I can, otherwise I'll just end my turn.
All right, best turn. Shorty, it's on you. There's one next to you.
Alrighty, well, I think we all know what he's going to do here.
Max back.
Head on, up directly to the forehead.
Oof. I'm gonna re-roll it.
Burning through these.
That's like in the race. Nice. What damage? Second sword with the cleaver comes in. And that's a decent roll. That demolishes that one also. Leaving just one snake left. Shorty, would you like to move?
Yeah, shots have been fired. I can't run anymore, right? So, like, even if I move, what is that?
Yes,
1, 2,
because
3, 4,
you've already attacked,
5,
so you can't do. If you can't do the penalties
6.
afterwards, you can't do the action. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely move there. You're
Like,
good.
my pace is 6, so that's as far as I get, and that's the turn.
All right, Oz, it's on you. One snake left.
And you said pulling out a weapon is a free action?
The first one, yes.
Oh, the first one.
You get
So,
one free
you know,
action to do a equipment type thing.
But swapping from like this gun to a different gun.
Would be an actual action. If you put if you
can
put a gun away, if you just drop it, you're fine. But if you put one away and pull another one, it will be an actual action to do.
Okay. Is it going to take my whole turn to fix this gun? Or would it be like an action to do something?
Yeah, that takes more. You need more time. So in combat, yeah, it's so right now it's damage. All it is -1 to shooting, for right now. But you can't do it in combat. It's too fast.
Fair enough. Okay.
That's one isn't too bad.
That's why I carry a spare gun.
I mean, it is a -1, but it's already -2, so it's actually -3 technically against these things right now.
For me?
Well, because of
Oh,
the
yeah,
size.
it hits him, right.
Yeah.
Oh, does he have the same size difference penalty?
No,
He is smaller
no.
than us. Ah, okay.
He's smaller, but not that much smaller.
And you said it is control and click the target?
Yes.
Because it's either getting a minus...
Yep. There you go. Oh no. Okay. So you only do it once, because if you do it more than one time, you actually untarget him. There you go.
I believe you also have a positive if you're hitting him with mortar because you're ganging up on them.
If he's in melee,
If
not
you-
for range.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just... Okay, good. It's...
Yeah, I think
you
you
got-
got. He also get. Doesn't he also get a bonus because Moriarty did to it last time?
Yes, it's vulnerable.
And it's
Vulnerable.
still shaking. And it's still shaking.
Oop, yeah, I need to put the vulnerable thing on it. Give me real quick. It is shaking, yes.
Okay.
Oh, so these things are sized -2 then, since if they're -2 to hit them, right? And
Okay, I'm gonna
Yep.
fire at it.
Go for it.
Oh, it's just like... can't do anything.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just a miss. These things are small.
I just...
Would you want to move? You can still. You can technically drop the weapon and pull out the hammer if you want to, or you just have to wait. But you can move for free if you want to.
Nah, he's not gonna...
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and pass your turn.
Well, he's not gonna pull out the thing. I am gonna move, though. Too.
Okay. Drag around and move, and then we'll go to Corvus. It's on you, Corvus.
Oh...
what was I going to say?
Corvus
Let me
is
move.
going to take some shots at it. He's going to drop his damaged pistol and just go for his normal
Get
one.
over
So
here is where I was
first one is going to be with a normal pistol. I didn't do it again. Sorry, bloody hell.
Nope. That is a hit.
Okay. So that's just roll damage for that pistol.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't think it did damage.
That will
though.
not kill the snake though, but it will shake it.
Okay.
Oh,
Next shot.
It was no, stop. It was already shaken, so this actually will kill it. So it is dead.
Woo!
Yeah, because it's already was
Bloody
shaken. So
hell. He
So,
has
uh,
the second gun ready and is like, oh, fuck.
I was about to make that same joke, Shorty.
So what was I going to say? I was looking at the size table on page 197, and it seemed like he would actually have a penalty on being hit. Us would, if he is size -1, unless I'm reading the table wrong. But I was just gonna wait till after the session. That was just.
Yeah, that's why I was asking, because if they get a bonus to stuff, if they get a +2 because they're 2 sizes smaller, but I don't get a +1 because I'm 1 size smaller, but that's just like a enemy thing and not a player character thing.
I'll take a look at it after the game. We'll get to the bottom of it.
Okay.
But as it is, the scene now kind of unfolds. You have these corpses of these snakes around on the ground. Again, they're all of a undead skeletal nature, not actually alive. You see the two duelists and the sister breathing heavily at the top, no longer looking at themselves to duel, but they're looking around at the ground where the snakes are, going, "Is there any more? Is there any more? The hell these things come from?" As they look at you and they look around, the sister is in between both of them now.
Yeah.
So who's hurt?
And we will now
I-
turn off the token locking. You can now move your tokens where you want to go.
I believe Morty and Corvus are hurt.
Morty has one
Charlie's
wound, Corvus has
running
2.
up.
Corvus, do you mind being not as persuasive as you might be for a little while?
I'll try. I'm too injured to really try anything anyway.
Well, we do have short with medicine, so you could try apply the regular old medicine. If that doesn't, was it hard?
Cal, there were these snakes, but they were bony snakes with glowing green eyes, and I killed 2 of them, and I heard gunshots, so I guess you killed 2 more of them. And is everybody all right?
Yes, I do believe you are right. What's called our friend Corvus could use some medical attention, as would Moriarty. But otherwise, we are relatively fine.
Oh yeah, patch up. I can do that.
All right then.
Quick.
and thank you.
Quick out of character notes. If you only have 3 wounds, and Shorty's medicine isn't exactly reliable, so you might want to use the card or do other things to patch yourself up.
No, what they can do
If you're
is
at 2.
boost Lord Trait
That's what I was-
to his healing skill.
Well, I
Yeah,
was
I could totally just do that. Yeah.
Yeah, if someone doesn't mind, like if Corvus, if you don't do much persuasive talk, I can just get rid of all those wounds without anything. You'll just take a bit of a debuff to persuasion.
Yeah, but I think the problem with Corvus and Cal are like basically our face people, so he kind of needs the persuasion.
No, didn't someone have the card where they just basically fix their wounds?
Yeah, I do, but
I think
it fixes all
It
wounds.
comes at a penalty.
It applies a debuff to persuasion for an
Oh, that's what it. Oh, okay. I thought that was like a skill or a spell or something. Okay.
Okay.
So he needs that. Alright,
Shortly,
well, I
by the
guess-
way, before you do perhaps this could help you, and I'll pull out my what's it called, fucking gunpowder and try to apply and give yourself a bonus to medicine.
How long has it been since we were at the house or the place?
Maybe
Graveyard?
30 minutes.
Shorty, if you go to your
Step.
character sheets and then you click the medicine and then the boost button, you should be able to raise it by 1 step.
Medicine boost. Wait, where's the boost button?
If I want to
Just give us a second to patch up our wounds. Bloody hell.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find the button. To
Yeah,
give
it
myself-
is a circle with the
I don't know if
Oh,
I can
okay,
use
one of those,
flesh
yeah,
wound here. I can't use flesh wound here, can I? Because it only applies to allies.
So
Get to
that's
what?
a plus what?
extras.
How much of a boost do I get?
1.
one.
Alrighty, so I am going to attempt to heal Corvus with my boosted trait.
All right, so while you're healing Corvus, Oz, what were you saying?
I was thinking if I wanted to repair my broken gun, am I just gonna have to like sit
I'll Benny that.
and just roll a repair roll?
Repair roll at -1.
Well, that's Benny.
Okay, and that is how do I apply the minus?
Hey, that's one success.
The bottom left, the modifier box, it has like a 0 right now in the orange circle. Go ahead and mouse with it or hit -1 on top of it and roll your repair skill. Very good. You can remove where it says damage, and if you open up the entry, remove where it says shooting -1.
Okie dokie.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, friend. Gotta
Alright.
cover some.
I can't do poison and stuff. I think they have a little bit of poison. I felt a tingle in my foot when they bit me. But I can patch up the holes. Who else was injured? Should I try to patch up Morty?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
So is anyone else healing up Morty, or was it just gonna be you, Shorty?
Short is quite literally our only person with
Seems
medicine.
like it's me.
All right.
I mean, if we want to lose a tracker, I can swap over to having a D4 in medicine rolls and try to help.
Should I just? I think I could just try to patch him up. I have a D6 because I'm boosted right now. I have a pretty good chance of success.
All right.
Could I try and like?
All right.
I think
Shorty
Short has
will.
only taken 1 wound, so I think just 1 success will be enough to get rid of it for him.
Shorty will try to patch Morty up then.
Not yet.
Okay.
So, because of all of you, I'm believing that the danger is over. With the duelist leaving the area, it's been about 10 minutes. It does take 10 minutes to heal someone one attempt. So thinking out of danger, I would say that Morty's just kind of waiting for you to come over to him and heal him. As you're looking around, you can see in the ground, some of the graves actually start to move and shift ever so slightly. And you notice that in some of the graves, there are actually the tails of the snakes are peeking out of the ground on top of the graves, where the snakes themselves actually have dug into the ground to where the body would be.
Oh dear.
Paul?
Let's
Yes.
seeing this, I'll boost lower trait my shooting since it looks like we're entering combat again.
Yes, Moriarty?
Right. So as I was saying, while they were healing up, and do I? So you did mention that skeletal tails were peeking out of the ground. Do I notice the area of effect? Like, is there a radius for it?
Yes, it is several graves all around.
Several graves all around.
It's because the ground is being disturbed that you notice that the mounds are actually lifting up. And it's causing the snakes that actually buried into the ground to actually get pushed out. Is how you notice the tail. And
I
you
see.
all watch as crawling out of the ground, out of the graves around you, about a dozen skeletal hands drag themselves out of the ground. At every spot where you see there was a skeleton digging themselves out, you see the remnants of non-moving snakes that you have also just encountered. But that is where I would like to call today's game.
No!
Okay.
Excellent.
Yes, it's like a good cliffhanger to end on.
Oh, fucking
But
hell.
I do believe that we'll do this for everyone.
Woo! Boys!
Hey. Do we
You got an advance?
get to spend that, or do we have to
Actually,
wait till this seat is
Did
over?
I give you a relax last session?
I think you might have actually given
Yeah,
us the last
This
session.
is
Actually, ignore that. Ignore
this
that. I
is
did give you that
session 6. So
Yeah.
It should be every odd session.
Yeah, so next session. So hold it for right now. You'll get it next session. You'll get it next end of next session.
Excellent.
Paul?
Yes.
I haven't used any one of my advanced